Hey guys, welcome to another Hunter video. I'm a Night Elf Hunter on the Whisperwind server, and here we are at Trial of the Crusader. Now, this is not our first attempt at it, because you can see by all the skeletons lying on the ground. We're gonna try this one again, and I'm gonna show you what you should do as a hunter, and more so as a Beastmaster hunter. So first one that comes out is Cormac the Impaler. Now there are quite a few things for tanks to remember, but as a DPS, you're kind of gimped on this fight because you're a Beastmaster, and I don't know why Blizzard did it this way. But he does a AoE stomp, which will knock everyone back a little bit. So what you should do as a ranged is go back so that you're at least 15 yards away from him. And as you can see right now, he throws kobolds onto random raid members. And what every raid member DPS has to do is start DPSing these kobolds. Now the problem is, if you have a kobold on you, you can't hit it because it's considered behind you. But as a hunter, what you can do is throw down traps that include snake trap or immolation trap to hurt the kobold and help your teammates take it down. Now, why I said this fight is kind of gimped for Beastmaster hunters is because your pet isn't allowed to attack these kobolds, which is kind of stupid in my opinion, since any pet-centric classes are gonna lose out on so much of the DPS. Now the kobolds, they throw down firebomb onto the ground, onto a random person, and that creates fire on the ground. So stay out of those, because as with anything that's kind of burning on the ground in WoW, it'll kill you. Now, remember, take down the kobolds as quickly as possible, and then once all the kobolds are down, then you can go after the boss. Now, he only has a limited number of these kobolds, so they're not too hard to take down at all. They don't do too much damage, but you should still focus on, if there's more than one in the field, focus on the ones that are on the tank or the healers first. And after you take down the kobolds, it's basically just tank and spank in the point of view of a hunter DPS. So for the next bosses, make sure you misdirect onto the boss, and there's going to be two giant worms that come out, Acid Maw and what was the other guy's name? And Dreadscale. Now, what you should do if this is your first time, if you're not going for the achievement, start attacking Acid Maw, because Acid Maw and Dreadscale, they both need to be faced away from the raid, since they do an AoE cone damage. So if you can, also stay away or stay behind them. They also put two different types of debuffs. One is a fire debuff, which will hurt everyone around you. The other is a poison debuff, which will also hurt everyone around you. But the more dangerous of the two is definitely the poison, because the poison will start stacking dot damage onto you, very heavy dot damage, and also it'll slow you down slowly until you come to a complete stop and you can't move anymore. Now there are some things you can do, such as if you're a mage, then you could blink over to someone who has the fire debuff, which will cleanse it, and if you're a hunter, turn around and disengage into someone who has the fire debuff, and then it'll cleanse it. Now you don't have too much time to run towards someone with a fire debuff if you have the poison, so just make sure you run there quickly. Now, as you can see, there is kind of like the globulus type poison thingy on the ground. Now, what the tanks need to do is kite it away so that the poison isn't hurting all melee and the tank itself. And it'll help you as a hunter to tell the tank whenever there's poison if they don't notice, because your pet does take heavy damage from that as well. Now, once you kill Acid Maw and there's only Dreadscale left, Dreadscale will get a 50% increase in damage, and basically it's pretty much a tank and spank from here on out, as long as you avoid the AoE poisons as well as any of the other debuffs that he puts on you. Now, as a hunter, if you don't have a shaman, put in nature resist aura because it'll definitely help your raid with the poison. Now for this final boss here, Ice Howl, this guy is pretty much easy tank and spank. Just a few things to remember. Now this is for any paladins in the group. Frost resistance is great for this fight because he does that, an AoE breath which will freeze everybody. And if you're a Beastmaster hunter, you could actually beast your wrath out of it and then just move away so that you don't take any of the heavy damage. Now every once in a while he will spin and knock everyone from melee range away, and also he will do a giant stomp which will knock everyone to a wall, and then he will start glaring and charging someone. Right now he's charging the tank, and the tank got charged, and if you hear me in vent right now, I'm just going ballistic. Like, how can you get charged? But you know, it happens. And if he does get charged, he gets a little buff which gives him insane amounts of attack power, and we're really lucky that we didn't wipe him there. So he just iced me, and then I beast your raft out of it. Okay, now back to the charge. Charge, basically, if you avoid it, he will not get a damage increase buff, and he will knock into a wall, stun himself. You won't get any threat during this phase, and you get 100% more damage during this phase. So all you need to do is make sure every raid member avoid being charged, and you can basically take him down with 5 or 6 people. As long as you have 1 DPS, a healer, and a tank, you could theoretically take him down. Now, with the Colosseum, what you need to do is finish these 4 bosses, and then eventually more bosses will be released in the upcoming weeks. And so when they come out, I'll try to make a video for them at that time. Oh, and while he is stunned, it goes without saying, you should try to save your debuffs until that time, because during that time you're going to get 100% more damage increase, and popping all your cooldowns during this time will obviously double your damage. So that is the best time to pop all your cooldowns. And as long as, again, no one gets charged, very easy tank and spank. Now when he does charge you, he doesn't actually follow you. He'll only charge the position you're at once you're stunned. And then once you're out of it, just run away and you're perfectly in the safe. So remember, there is really no reason why you should be ever caught in the charge. If you do, then you fail as a raider. And we take him down. Yay! We have a nice cloth belt, very sweet, item level 232, and leather shoes, great for rogues and druids, pharaoh druids. I don't need any of those, so I'm gonna pass. And we have 81 gold and 3 emblems of triumph. Now you're gonna get more emblems and more loot depending on how many times you wipe trying to get to the final boss and kill him. Now we wiped about 3 to 4 times because for the majority of people it's their first time. But this is good because it's practice. So here we are. Wave, everybody. Wave. And that's it for this video. That's right. Go Whisperwind. Until next time.